Hey, I am Melissa Daly. I'm a digital marketer here at One SEO, and I'm here with Lance Bachman himself. And I'm sitting behind the desk for Anthony Kane today. Welcome to Taking Control. It's our 43rd episode of Taking Control, our weekly web series at One SEO, where we bring you the latest in compelling information relating to all things IT and digital marketing. And we have a big announcement. We talked about this before, but we are hiring, right?
Absolutely.
Why? Because we're
growing.
We're growing. Yay. It's such a fun place to work. It's the best way to keep in touch with everything digital marketing that's happening every day. So I encourage you to go online to, I think it's oneseo.com/careers and apply.
Yeah, we're hiring for web developers, PPC, social media people, email marketers. We're growing, as Melissa said, we are growing. So apply oneseo.com/careers, apply online, and somebody will get in touch with you, probably TJ, our in-house recruiter here. So we look forward to seeing your resumes. And Melissa?
And we're only looking for kick-ass people, so if that's you, we want you. You can also check us out on our podcast. If you listen to podcasts, you can go to anything like SoundCloud, iTunes, look up Taking Control Unplugged, and you will find us there, and you can listen to us on your way to work and keep in touch with all things digital marketing and hear Lance's lovely voice, besides seeing him on all his billboards. So let's get started. Today we're going to shoot it over to the whiteboard sessions, and you're going to listen to Brooke for a little bit.
Oh, hey. Nice of you to join us. My name's Brooke, and I'm an SEO analyst and strategist here at One SEO. Today, I want to take you on an SEO marathon. SEO, as you know, is organic. So, today we're going to be focusing on the organic side of things, not necessarily PPC. But it's a great thing to keep SEO in mind when you're doing PPC for other reasons, such as assisted conversions. But we'll get to that another time. So, I want to start off with your competition. We want to analyze your competition. What are they wearing? What gear do they have on? What kind of stretches are they doing? Looking into this before we do our research can give us a heads up into what we can look at for our keyword research portion, which we'll get to later. But before we even get to that, you want to focus on yourself. This is you, looking fabulous. Look at your shoes. We're going to make sure that your shoes are perfect. Shoes, meaning your technical audit. Make sure you don't have any broken laces, any worn out soles. You don't want your shoes to be too loose or too tight. You want them to be perfect. And here, SEO, we want to do the technical audit beforehand to make sure that we have a great foundation to lay down all of your optimization. So now that we got that taken care of, we head to the start line. The start line is going to be your keyword research. So we're going to take everything we did prior into consideration, especially your competitor analysis. But we also want to talk with you, the client. What kind of services do you want to offer? Is there a specific location you want to push on? Or do you want to go nationally? Then we do our own research. We're going to look into average search volume. We're going to look into trends. What's going on right now? Things that we know will benefit you in the long run. Pun intended. So, once we get to the start and the whistle blows, we're going to go to our on-page recommendations. So when you run a marathon, so I've never really run one except an SEO one, but I heard that there are markers on the course. So the markers are on the course to help guide you through your race. So our on-page recommendations are here to help guide you to SEO on your website. So anything from optimizing your meta, to your content, to your OG. And you'll notice that a marathon is a long race. There might be blood, sweat, and tears. 6 to 9 months of blood, sweat, and tears. But when you get to the finish line, it's all worth it, and you're winning. So, with that being said, I'm going to send it over to the winning development team, Tony, and the web devs. Have a good one, guys.
All right, thanks, Brooke. So today we're going to talk about 3 different really crucial technologies that come into play when we're doing web development. The first is going to be registrars. The next, which Alec will help us with, is going to be your hosting, and then Tony's going to do CMS. So I'm going to talk a little bit about registrars. You know, really the best way to think of registrars is a really, really long list that is collected by a handful of sites all across the world, so that when you do end up registering a domain, you're able to keep record of that so nobody else can take that domain. And from there, I'll lead into hosting.
So hosting is just based on a server where all of your files for your site are stored. You can get it any server that's connected to the internet, and then all of those files will be put together, and what will they create, Tony?
They will create a website. But you can't have a website without someone to manage those files. So you put your files on your server, but to actually manage them, let's say you go to a website and you want to edit, the content within your site. You need something to manage that content, which is where your CMS, which stands for Content Management System, comes from. Now your content management system, if you've never heard of that term, you've probably heard of these terms: WordPress, Shopify, Squarespace, Wix. These are all content management systems. These are where the user actually logs in, or the customer logs in, and they edit the content within their site. This is the place where you can edit your footer, your header, if you want to add a new page, if you want to add pictures, if you want to add video, if you want to add a feed of funny cats going into your site, this is where you do that at. Content management systems a lot of the time don't require a lot of coding. That's where we come in. We come in actually editing that content management system. But the reason we recommend content management systems, or CMSs, is so you, the client, can get in there, edit your site without having any knowledge of coding, and produce some beautiful content. Awesome.
Great.
This week on Technologically Speaking, I wanted to talk a little bit about really making sure that your business is safe and secure. Just having your firewall up to date and keeping all of your computers up to date is just a piece of the puzzle. Think about this. In the last couple weeks, we've had the Baltimore 911 system hacked. We've had Lord & Taylor, Best Buy, have all made national news. Those are just the ones we know about. I'm sure there's a lot more companies, especially small, medium businesses, that are being hacked each and every week. You have to imagine they have some really sophisticated high-end firewalls. But what really gets them back up and running quickly is not necessarily having a great firewall, but having a great backup and disaster recovery solution. It's equally important to make sure that you're able to get your data back quickly, as it is that you get your data and your whole network safe to begin with. Take a look at your backup plan, take a look at your recovery plan, to be honest, which is even more important, and make sure that if you do get hacked, you do get compromised, that you are able to get that data back quick and get your company back up and running quickly. We'll see you next week on Technologically Speaking. Back to you, Lance.
Thank you, Scott. Our IT side of the company is growing, so it's always great to hear from Scott and see what's going on. We are going to bring you to the digital buzz portion of the show, and I love our logo. I think it's so fun. So for today on Digital Buzz, let's start talking about Google Search Console notifying customers about AMP issues, and I guess you can get a little into what that's all about.
Yeah, accelerated mobile pages. Google Search Console, kudos to Google. They're really working with their clients and giving them more information about what's going on, alerts, let them see what's not working right, what's working, what is working also. So, mobile AMP pages are very important. Google are saying that they're going mobile first with almost everything. So it's no surprise a lot of people are starting to get alerts saying, hey, listen, your AMP page isn't loading fast enough, that you have too many tags on it, you're not enough tags. So I think Google's doing a nice job. Just look for this in the Search Console. You'll be able to go right in there under Accelerated Mobile Pages, AMPs. There's a new feature there. And it also will be sending you alerts saying if something's wrong or not right, so you'll be able to fix it. Just more inside intelligence for your AMP pages, which everyone on mobile should have AMP pages, so make sure you do.
Yeah, and it's designed to make the pages load quickly, and it's really important. Like you said, that's all Google's going to care about. So it's great that if there's an issue, they're letting us know about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's all for speed. Google knows, everyone knows Google wants speed.
Right, it's all about the user experience.
100%.
Right. So we're going to move over to talking about Comcast, who everyone around here is familiar with. They're rolling out their own voice home automation operating system, which means that they're now competing against Alexa and Apple Siri and Google, and they're going in for the competition.
They are, and it makes sense. They have the data, they have the database, they have the customer base. I do think, that Comcast obviously clearly knows they have to play in this space. Everyone knows things are going to voice. Everyone knows that people, to be inside someone's home and to be able to have that accessibility to them, to be able to speak, bring back information, bring back advertisers are very important. And I think Comcast, can they beat Alexa? Can they beat Google Home? The one thing they have, they're already probably in more people's homes already, delivering a service such as cameras.
Right.
People don't realize your local cable. It was your phone provider. So it makes it a very easy transition for them just to bundle this package which they're talking about.
And it's going to be available right through your home, your Wi-Fi and your router. So it's already in the home. It's not an external thing that anybody has to buy. We know that Amazon Alexas were like the biggest top item of the last 2 Christmases, so they hit their mark in the space, but Comcast is in it to compete. And what they really want out of it is they want to basically embed themselves into your home and your daily life so that, with all the drop off in customers that they've had, they want to make it really hard for them to be canceled, basically.
Absolutely. And it's going to connect right to your TV. That's the biggest piece.
Yeah.
So it's going to connect right to your TV, come through your TV. I think this is a powerful move for Comcast. I don't know if people really want to be disturbed while they're watching programs, though, because now I'm watching my program and I get alerted, hey, listen, this just came in, or this just came in, or shopping.
Well, it was the only media where we weren't being disturbed.
For the most part, yes.
People could just kind of sit back and get away from that for a little while, but now they're going to bring that into the home. But obviously with technology, there's always pluses and negatives, and I think most people are going to see it as a plus. One of the cool things that I read about was for parents. Right there, you can pause your child's Wi-Fi during homework time. You can turn off their gaming system and pause it while they're supposed to be studying, or even at night, because we know the kids stay up all night now on their devices. That you can just you can go right there. You can pause it out,
and you could do that. You have that capability now. If you're an IT person like Scott, to come into your house, customize your router, say, listen, during this time, Wi-Fi shut down, these devices can't go here. Comcast is just making it that much easier on your Google Home Service device. Like you said, Melissa, a mother, you can just say to your daughter, guess what? Homework time, there goes the Wi-Fi down, or whatever it may be. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, but the biggest takeaway from this is for advertisers, businesses, if you aren't setting your websites up and your whole marketing program around voice, you're missing a big piece of the puzzle. Yeah. As voice is growing so much faster with local search, they got to be the biggest components. I just think this really just reinforces the people, hey, listen, you have to take voice more serious.
Yeah. So we talked about taking mobile seriously with Google and the AMP notifications, and Comcast bringing home automation right into your television and getting notifications, and them being right in your everyday and staying involved in it. So the last thing we're going to talk about is something much more fun because who doesn't like puppies and kittens, right? So
Me.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows.
Well, you have like 10 children, so your house would be like really chaotic with a lot of cats and dogs. But now Google is rolling out a way for the image recognition to get even smarter. And if you take a picture of a cat or dog, you now can tell its exact breed, and it'll pull up a snippet of information and information about the breed. So I like to think it's kind of like that. Kind of like Shazam, where you're in a store and you want to know that song that's on, so you pull up this app and it tells you what song it is. It's just kind of a way I see it as, another reason for them to sort of, drive conversions to something, because you see something, immediately want to know what it is. Now, pets aren't an immediate conversion, but eventually you'll probably follow through. You love that and you're in the market for a dog, you're going to get that one now.
Well, so. I mean, you say that, but think about the buyer experience. You're at a family picnic, you have your son with you, you take a picture of that German Shepherd, whatever it may be. You're a mile mile from Pets Plus, boom, on that image comes Pets Plus is a mile away from you.
Absolutely.
They sell this dog. That's where artificial intelligence, Google's going to. People don't realize Google's the #1 search engine in the world. Yeah, Google Images is #2. So Google Images is actually above Bing, above Yahoo. They know Google Lens is a big piece of their puzzle. This connects right into your assistant that helps make your life a little easier with Google Assistant. But they're actually, now thinking about this also, it's going even further. Me and Anthony's had this conversation multiple times. You're a kid, you're walking with your kid, you see a pair of Nikki Viola's One SEO Nike shoes over there, and you want a pair, boom, you click it, you go right there,
Absolutely.
where can I buy them, and go. So,
And I think this is like a setup for that, because if people don't exactly always know where that Google Lens is.
Mm-hmm.
So people love puppies and kittens and cats and pets. And so it's sort of training them to go in
100%.
and find that lens, so that once they take it to sort of the consumer level, then everybody knows where it is. And now you can just shoot Nikki sneakers and everybody's happy. And
Absolutely.
It's all about money at the end of the day, isn't it?
100%, absolutely. All right, well, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We love having you here, Melissa.
Absolutely.
We
It
hope
was
to have you
fun.
back.
Anthony, thank you for letting me sit in.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Enjoy your day.